Hey guys, what's going on? Trainer Audi here, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Saturday, which means a new SAO episode came out today, which is what we're taking a look at, and it is episode 19 or episode 6 of the second season of War of Underworld. Alright, enough talk, let's get into this episode. Alright, so here we are into the episode. I just finished watching it, and I'm trying very hard not to contain my excitement right now because this episode is just straight up amazing. And as one who read this volume of the light novels, I think they adapted this episode specifically very well. So obviously, where we left off, Kirito is now back in action, and he's about to fight Poe. And then during the fight, Poe is like, yo, drop the blue rose sword and fight him with both of his hands on his Night Sky blade. Now obviously Kirito doesn't want to do this because Yu-Gi-Oh is like an important part of his life, okay? So yeah, and then during that, Yu-Gi-Oh ends up coming back as like a moral support basically. Right here, he's helping Kirito out, and it's just a great moment. Seeing this causes Kirito to break down, as would anyone, because Yu-Gi-Oh is like one of my favorite characters in SAO. And with this, Kirito is able to deflect Poe, and now he uses the Blue Rose's release Recollection, which, freezes all the knights. And he does it again, and then it grows the roses on the iced red soldiers. Now this causes them to basically die and log out, while at the same time releasing all the life energy into the air. Now we know Poe's chopper is allowed to absorb this life energy, but it isn't here. And we also get one more, if we didn't already, one more Yuki cameo before finally leaving. Now here, Kirito puts his sword and Yu-Gi-Oh's sword together, and then he uses Release Recollection. Now Kirito's Night Sky blade, once made from the demon tree back in Rearwood Village, the demon tree was able to absorb all the resources in the area, which is why the whole the Axeman calling came into play. And when Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh chopped it down back in the first half of Alicization, they made the Night Sky blade, so now it's able to keep the attributes of the demon tree, and here he's using Release Recollection to absorb all those red soldiers' energy. And with that, this Release Recollection basically gives Kirito his original gear back. His black swordsman gear with the fidget spinner as well, and now instead of the Elucidator and Dark Repulsor, we have the Night Sky blade and the Blue Rose sword. With Kirito's new overpowered abilities, he is able to defeat Poe once and for all. And then during this, Poe is like, even if I log out of this world, I will not stop coming after you guys. So obviously, he's very fixated on Kirito and Asuna. I couldn't quite remember what happened in the light novels, but as soon as Kirito did this, it sparked the memories of me reading it. Kirito ends up using the demon tree's powers from the sword, and he's basically turning Poe into another demon tree. And with this, Kirito made Poe a part of the Underworld basically, and he is no longer able to log out. Now, the only way he is going to be able to log out is, Kirito said it, only if people in the next generation of an Axeman calling are able to chop him down. And we all know we support Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's never the same as a Kirito and Klein moment. My guy, I love Klein so much, and the not bromance, not like actual bromance, but the amount of friendship they have together is just amazing. And with this, people are gathering around Kirito as they, cry in happiness over his return, Liz right there, Silica right there, Ronier right there. I don't quite remember his senpai's name. Klein and Agil right there. And after everyone celebrates Kirito's return, Asuna explains to Kirito the current situation, which is the last thing is Alice and Gabriel. Now, this is, it's been a while since we've seen this. Alice has been going to the World's End altar, and Gabriel just finished fighting Sinon, and Sinon's kind of out of the game, and Gabriel is now chasing after Alice. So here we are back into the real world. Now, Critter was supposed to reinitiate the time acceleration, since everyone is gone, like all the real players are gone from the Underworld, and he needed a key to do that. Now, one of his buddies was like, "Yo, let me handle it." And in the scene, he was like holding a gun. So what I assumed, and I haven't read the light novels in a long time, I assumed you shot it. This is a big problem because right here in this scene, the time acceleration breaks, and this time it says 15 minutes till maximum acceleration. Now in the scene, Higa and Kikuoka tell Rinko that the maximum time acceleration they can go up to while still being able to observe the Underworld, and I think it's 1200 or 1200, and I think they said that or 5000. Then they said the maximum safe phase is 5000, but the max acceleration is 5 million. Now this is a big problem, and I remember reading about this in the light novels. At this point, after these, this is the end game. The 15 minutes is the rest of volume 18 from the light novels, and it's just a race to the end. In the first half of Alicization, with Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh, Kikuoka quickly explained the time acceleration, that initially 3 weeks in the real world was 3 years in the Underworld. So I'm assuming the default was 1200. Now if the maximum acceleration is 500, they even said it, 200 years will pass after this maximum acceleration starts. And this is bad because, with the human soul, Higa and Kikuoka explain it, that 200 years is not enough for the human soul to last. And it's basically saying that, humans don't live 200 years. The maximum someone has lived, if I remember, is close to 110, if not a little more. So that's over double the maximum age. Here we are, back to Alice. She has finally reached the wall, and if you guys don't know, the wall is basically like in old Minecraft. You remember the far lands, right? It's basically a border of the world. Now the wall is also a border of the Underworld, and right here there's basically nothing here left. The only thing here is right there in the top right corner, the World's End altar, which is the way to leave the Underworld. Now Alice's two dragons, she tells them to go escape, be free, have offspring, but them being the obeying dragons they instead turn around to fight Gabriel. Now initially they were getting a little pummeled, but last second Kirito pops up for the save. And this is basically the start of the final fight of the Alicization arc. I already know what's going to happen, so I can't wait for next week's episode, as it's definitely going to be the Kirito and Gabriel fight. Knowing SAO, probably it's going to be half an episode. I'm hoping the full episode, but we're not sure. Alright, that is it for SAO episode 19 of War of Underworld, or the 6th episode of the 2nd season of the War of Underworld. If you guys did enjoy this thoughts and reactions video, consider subscribing, as it helps me indicate how many people love these videos, and if you like it, it also helps me out too. This is the end game for SAO, and I can't wait, because after the end of the Alicization arc, we're not gonna get SAO for a while, because Reki just started the last arc of SAO, Unitil Reign, and I think it's only a few volumes in, so we're not getting an SAO season for a while. Now, other anime YouTubers talked about this, like Fox and Anime. I'm hoping we get a SAO progressive reboot, which, if you don't know, because if you're an anime watcher, it is basically a reboot of all of Aincrad. It goes through all of Aincrad floor by floor, and I actually have the manga right there, not the light novels, but it's really good, because I rewatched the Aincrad arc of the anime, and it's definitely very butchered. So hopefully before Unitil Reign reaches its end in the light novels, before we get that anime adaptation, we get a progressive reboot, because I feel like if we did get that, a lot of people would definitely enjoy SAO more, and there wouldn't be as much hate. And I feel like Aincrad being the arc people, fell in love with, and I still personally love it a lot, even though it's not my favorite SAO arc. I feel like that it will bring a lot of people back into SAO. Alright guys, that is it for me. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.